Hey everybody, this is Sean on OUTTAKE ESL. What I want to go over today is a lesson or a presentation I do on abilities or using the modal can and can't. This one is kind of based on the students had a track field day kind of event, and I thought I would base it on that since it's something they were sort of in the process of experiencing. And we talked a little bit about different kinds of abilities, so let's take a look at that. So now I've done a number of different presentations on abilities before. This is the most recent in my OUTTAKE ESL series, and I would consider this for beginners. So it starts out with I start my class in the usual way, salutations. Depending on what time of day it is, I expect to hear good afternoon or good morning. It's Mr. Sardo. I decided to do a little bit of variation on the bottoms-up game with this one, and this time it's called loser wins. So here, if you drew a 4 and drew a 1, the 1 would win, so loser wins. Just kind of, even the losers get lucky sometimes, you know. We review the rules. Now, depending on the previous class, if I feel that the students are starting to get a little more rambunctious, I'll go back to these rules and we'll go through all of them, one by one again to kind of reinforce it in that way. As you know, foreign teachers are not permitted to use the stick. And then we talk about phonics. I like to get the students warmed up, getting their mouths moving, so I like to do my first 10 minutes of phonics. Here we did chose some consonant sounds. We do TH, the, write it on the board, write the phonic symbol, and also the mouth position, something I would draw on the board, and refer to it. So I might say ma, 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 ma. Right? Take a look at ch, 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 ch. Go over the sound, write it on the board, on the blackboard. Let's say, does anybody know what this is? Chair, chair. Okay, so now we're starting to know some of these words. Chair and TCH, ch, ch, also. And this one we kind of don't know yet. Watch, watch, watch. So I might say wah, 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 watch. Very good. And we kind of just go into this exercise that I do in all my classes. Just say the word, getting them to sort of just play with the sounds, just playing with the sounds of different letters, and it also kind of gives them an inclination to be able to read. So now they can go in the dictionary, and if they're having trouble pronouncing a word, they can think of the sound. They understand what these symbols mean. So catch, catch, catch. Now I might go catch. Catch. Get the class to repeat. Catch. It's this bug here. It's this bug here. Then kind of point to the board. I try and stress the symbol. So here I say it's and then point to the board. Which one is it? Ma. Starting to get it. I also think it's good to kind of play with the words that are sort of similar, like math and ma. Just because it gives them kind of a, it starts to delineate, it starts to establish those, synapses where the neural pathways, where one is different separate from the other. Itch. I might sort of charade that. The, e, t, ch, i, z, ch, i, z. This one's kind of particular, you have to be careful. B, e, ch. So this place here, this place here. Each. The, it, Alright, so then we go that. Usually I'll review the symbols on the board again, get them all to repeat them, make sure they know what the symbols are and what the correct pronunciation of those are. Then we get into the sort of the topical part of the conversational part of the presentation. What can you do? I found this on Kidsong. This is a dialogue from Kid Song, a video on YouTube. I download it. I break it all up into dialogue, into sentences and statements and questions, and then I kind of load it in here and through the action settings. Once again, this it requires a lot of time making these every week. I'm sort of working on these around the clock. So like for instance here, I have to make the director guy, so I have to find a beret and I have to put that, I have to extract it and put it on this image. I have to change the shirt sometimes just so it doesn't look familiar to another character. Takes a lot of work. Takes a lot of work.
What can you do?
So here I've gotten kind of the practice of kind of making a game out of it. Play it, see who can say it correctly, who can listen and hear it correctly.
What can you do?
Stuff like this, what can you do? They're encouraged by that because it's very simple for them. Here I added the pictures, give them kind of an idea.
I can jump. I can run.
I can jump. I can run. Very good.
Can you fly?
Fly.
No, I can't. I can't fly.
Yes, no, I can't fly.
Too bad. Next.
Too bad. Next.
What can you do?
What can you do? I got the pictures, my opponent. What do you think she's doing here? Throw, and catch.
I can throw a ball.
I can throw a ball.
I can catch.
I can catch. Very good. Anybody gets them correctly? Get to play the game. Anybody know what this is? What is this here? What is this here? Elephant.
Can you catch an elephant?
Can you catch an elephant? Can you catch an elephant? What do you think? Yes or no?
No, I can't. I can't catch an elephant.
Oh, no, I can't. I can't catch an elephant.
Sorry. Next.
Sorry, next. Trade that. Next. What do you think he says here? And here you can what do you think he says?
What can you do?
Very good. Now, what's this here? Sleep. What's this here? He is eating.
I can sleep.
I can sleep.
And I can eat.
And I can eat. Now, what's this here? Tree.
Can you eat a tree?
Can you eat a tree? What do you think? Yes or no? Let's find out.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
I can eat a tree.
I can eat a tree. Very good.
Yeah, he's the one. We'll take him.
Yeah, he's the one. We'll take him. And so he's a star. All right. So we go through that. It's kind of the listening, getting familiar with the dialogue, especially with this question here. What was the question they were saying in here? And also there you might, before you go into this, you might do some review. Could she eat an elephant? No. Can she eat an elephant? No, she can't. What could he do? You might want to introduce could. Here, I was going to introduce could in the second lesson, but I decided not to because there's a lot of different sort of nuances to using could in terms of possibility and using in terms of the past and things like that. That requires maybe a little more explanation. Though I have done it with fifth graders before, I just kind of felt it was maybe a little bit too much. I wasn't as familiar with the curriculum the last time I did it, so now I'm kind of saying maybe that's not really something they're learning at this stage. What can you do? But you can use it as incidental language. Could she eat an elephant? Yes, she can. Can she eat a tree? No, she can't. And then we get into this exercise here. So here I'm going to go around the class and I'm going to have my name sheet and I'm going to say, what can you do? First I'm going to go through all the images here, like ride a bike. What's this? Cook. What's this? Swim. What's this? It's a catch a ball. Fly. Basketball. Now here you got to stretch. Play basketball. Play basketball. Dance. Throw. Throw a ball. Okay. Paint. Paint. Then you get your name list out and just kind of pick people. Boy, what can you say here? I can swim. Oh, sorry. I can fly. Oh, very good. So, stone. Just got to go around the class. Sometimes I clear the board. Sometimes maybe I'll stop short. I'll move on. Now another question. What can they do? Alright, so here I want to use pronouns, practice with pronouns. So I got she, I got it, I got they or we, okay. And I got he. So what can I say? She can what? She can what? She can, what's this here? Cook, play piano, paint, or dance. She can cook. See? Oh, she can dance. What about it? It can what? It can paint. It can cook. No, it can paint. What about us or we? What about we? We can, or they can play piano. No, they can cook. So what about he? He can play the piano. He can play the piano. And then I tried this one here just because I want to play with those pronouns, kind of review. So we have they, we have me, I, we have it again, and we have her, or she. I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up on my pronouns right now. So we got they can, what do you think this is? Running. They can run. They can throw a ball. They can swim. They can catch. What do you think? They can catch. No, they can swim. What about I? I or you, okay. I can run. Oh, very good. All right, so play again. I'm just kind of go through that. And then I have a matches game. Here I'm kind of want to get them to make sentences like he can dance. All right, no. And I just kind of threw these shapes in here. It kind of gives me an opportunity to see what they know and to sort of review shapes, just shapes vocabulary. So this is a star, this is triangle, not the same. So he can play basketball, star, okay. I can sing, square and circle, no. I can dance, no, square and triangle. I can read, square and square. So play that. Go through this slide. Another one with they and it. So it can play guitar. Rectangle. We can swim. Hard time. Just gonna do some review with shapes there. Then I have this new listening exercise here. I'm the one they're listening to. So I wrote down some prompts here. I got one for kind of intermediate and also one for kind of a low intermediate or beginners. And the beginner ones goes like this. So I have A, running. I have, what is this here? Check. Yes. Park. No. Play piano. No. Paint. Yes. Ski. Yes. Cook. All right. So listen. Number one. My brother can't go to the theater, but he can go to the park later. My brother can't go to the theater, but he can go to the park later. So what do you think it is? A, B, C, D, E, or F? B. Very good. Hark, yes. Number 2. My mother made us dinner. She can cook very well. She can cook very. My mother made us dinner. She can cook very well. Which one do you think? F. Very good. Number 3. Tom is very good at playing guitar, but he can't play the piano. Tom is very good at playing guitar, but he can't play the piano. Number 4. I am very good at sports. I can run, jump, and play basketball. I am very good at sports. I can run, jump, and play basketball. What do you think? A, good. Sherry, number 5. Sherry is an artist. She can draw, but she can't paint. 5. Sherry is an artist. She can draw, but she can't paint. B, very good. And last one. 6. I am going to the Winter Olympics next year. I hope to see the Austrian team ski. They can ski very well. E, very good. So that's a listening exercise that I kind of introduced with this class. Get some more familiar with my voice. Another question. I use the yes, no. Can you ride a bike? Somebody figure out the question. And then we go into Wheel of Fortune with can or can't. Very quick exercise. Yes, I. What was it? Can. Yeah. No, I can't. Huge. And every time it's a star, they get to play the game. Sometimes if I want to kind of run things, if I don't want to do something, if it's kind of like this, I'll just give them a point on the board and leave this, skip that altogether. If they get the star, they get the point automatically. Yes, I can throw a ball. Good. So just kind of can and can't there. So can you, what do you think? Here I might ask, go my name list, Wang Jin. Can you run? Can you run? She can say, yes I can, or no I can't. Let's see. No I can't. So if she said yes I can, if she says no I can't, no I can't, you see what I'm saying? Question? Let's see. Go to my name list. Wei Jun, can you read English? Can you read English? Yes I can. Now ideally I'd like to get one student asking another student on the teams, but I'm finding them having some difficulty with them using the language. So kind of moving along a little bit quicker. As the teacher, I will just say, okay, pick somebody. Can you play piano? Now, if you find your students are strong enough, you can certainly use it in the context of, okay, Team A, Wang Jun asked so-and-so question, can you? And then they'll say, yes, I can, or no, I can't. See if they play the game. Then you ask them a question to somebody on the other team. And then just kind of wrapping up, 10-second chats, review, give me a sentence, give me a question or a sentence. And we catch, play, it, swim, and we're on to next week. All right, so next week, this would be the second class, second week, and a lot of times in your job in China, in EFL, there'll be some kind of event or something that'll come and sort of interrupt your schedule. So sometimes you'll find yourself doing one half the lesson with one class and doing both lessons with another class and doing the second lesson with one. So you're given a lot of latitude in terms of what you're going to present in the classroom. I try and keep it all sort of consecutive, but it's kind of very, it's difficult to do that a lot of times, just the way the schedules get shuffled so often, especially like in places like training centers where, You know, they'll be doing makeup classes one week, and sometimes you'll be doing, you know, one lesson and the very next one the next day. Sometimes you're doing one, you know, this week, and then 2 weeks later you're following it up. And so it's hard to keep everything sort of like synced up. Sometimes you just got to kind of sort of, you know, keep track of where you are with a lot of different classes. That can get frustrating, I'll admit to that. Start off our salutations. We're going to get loser wins. I usually do it, you know, 2 lessons in a row, and then introduce a new reward system. We got rules, depending how the class is going. I always want to touch base with the last one though. Always touch base with show yin. Sometimes I'll cover up the you know, half of the sentence, like show, the character for show. I'll just show them that. What does that say? Depends on what they're remembering, you know. It depends on how much of the rule they remember. Sometimes I'll cover up the show character. Again, say yin or English. What does yin mean? And then we do vowel sounds. Here I chose 2 vowel sounds that are very similar. You have the letters O-Y, makes oi, write it on the board, as in boy, boy. And also O-I, oi, as in, so I was surprised when one student actually knew what this, I knew the Chinese, yingbi, coin, coin. And I chose AY, as in the color gray. Of course, do this all on the board, draw a diagram. It's hard to draw the pursed lip, oi, a. And here I'm always kind of trying to stress the sounds that we're focusing on. And A, as in train. This is kind of a tough one, so it's t, oi, et, t, oi, et. This is toilet. So here I might say, everybody, toilet, toilet, toilet. Soy, 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 soy. And here I kind of just get dojan, soy, soy, soy. Just kind of stress it. A, A. I thought the image here was kind of hard to decipher here, but so the image they had. It's hard to, unless you wanted to do the noun version of play. Play, but I think they're more familiar with the verb play. This one they might know. Crayon, crayon, crayon. Toy. Soil. There I was like, for a while I had a toilet and then followed by soil, and I was like, oh, there might be some kind of, they might making a connection there between soil and toilet, so I had to switch those around. And then we go, what can it do? So here I kind of tried to work on using maybe adjectives and adverbs, talking about what things can do. I started out with a listening exercise here. So listening exercise 2. First we go through the animals. What's this here? It's a bee. What's this here? Snake, chicken, monkey, frog, and dolphin. All right, listen, listen, listen. It's a bug. It can fly and it can make honey. What do you think it is? It's a bug. It can fly. Hey, very good. It's a mammal. It can climb trees. It can swim very well, but it can't fly. It's a mammal. It can climb trees. It can swim very well, but it can't fly. Monkey. It's a bird. It can't fly, but it can make eggs. Chicken. It's a reptile. It can swim, and it can swim very fast, and it can walk on land. It can jump very high. And 5. It's a mammal, but it looks like a fish. It can swim very fast and jump. And lastly, number 6, it's a reptile. It can't jump or run. It has no legs or arms. It's a quick listening exercise, and then I introduce this exercise, say it in English, just kind of using the translational skills. So if I say, it can run kwasu, what does that mean? What's kwasu? Fast, dude. It runs, mom. Now my Chinese could be incorrect here, but they get the idea. It can jump, gao, high. It can't, cow, jump. It also gives me, kind of introduces some concepts of nuance and between the languages and meaning. He reads, how. Like here, most likely they're going to say good, how is good. So they're not really familiar with the idea of well. And I'm not really sure what the nuance would be in Chinese, and how or something like that. But how can mean good, it can mean well. But I want to start to introduce, just to get them thinking that there are different nuances in languages and meaning. Or specifically the English language, there's a lot of nuance. It's one of the, I would say one of the attributes of the English language is that it gives you much more concise language. He reads, Zao Gao. I'm saying poorly, not well, not good. Alright, so now say, just kind of reviewing what we went over. He reads well. It can't jump. It runs slow. It can jump high. He reads poorly. It can run fast. Typically, 可以 means can in Chinese, but it's not always used to demonstrate ability. You can just say it runs well, or it runs fast, or it can run fast. I kind of want to sort of express that idea in this lesson, that you can, express it kind of more directly, as not as an ability that it runs fast, or you can express it as an ability, it can run fast. And then I get onto this game, 2 out of 3. This is kind of based on another game I played with my called Ability Wars, where you had 2 superheroes and you wanted to decide which abilities they had. Here I changed it to 2 out of 3 for this series. And so you have Team 1, and we're talking Ken, and Team 2, and they're talking Ken. And we have what? We can play basketball, we can run, we can play soccer, we can swim. So you choose one team. All right. We can what? We can run. Oh, so that point goes to that team. Now team 2. We can swim. Oh, goes to team 1. So it's 1 and 1, 1 and 1. All right. Team 1. We can play basketball. Oh, you win. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. And then I do another one with can't. So team 1, maybe switch side. You get to go first this time. Team 2, we can't play guitar. Oh, their point. Team 1, we can't paint. Oh, you win. Just give him the point. All right, this exercise, so we say, can you drink it? Can you drink it? And here the student just says the letter. Can you drink it? C. Can you drink it? Yes, I can. All right, very good. Can it speak English? Thing 2. Can it speak English? H. Can it speak English? No, it can't. I'm listening for the yes/no response. Can it speak English? F. Can it speak English? No, it can't. A. Can it speak English? No, it can't. E. Can it speak English? Yes, it can. Can you play it? Can you play it? B. Can you play it? Yes, you can. Can it take pictures? Can it take pictures? Can it take pictures? No, it can't. Can it take pictures? No, it can't. Can it take pictures? No, it can't. Can it take pictures? Yes, it can. Can you wear it? Can you wear it? A. No. H. No. F. Yes, you can. Can it fly? A. Can it open? H. What do I think of this? Can it run fast? Go back to another question here. I wanted to use the adverbs here. Can you read well? So can you jump? Once again, probably would skip over that one and go right to this one. This is the Ability Olympics. So basically you have the students, okay, pick a letter, B, alright. Alright, so can you name 5 foods? Can you name 5 foods? Let me try and do it. They get a point. And here, if you want to play a betting game also, you can say how many points do you want to bet? Go over their score for the day and say how many points do you want to bet? 3. Can you name 5 scores? Can you name 10 animals? 5 foods? 5 games? Can you spell your teacher's name? 5 countries. And this was just kind of like the end of the class, the wrap up. What can you do? One student, I can, blah, blah, blah. Ask, can you, blah, blah, blah. Yes, no, blah, blah, blah. What can you do? I can, blah, blah, blah. Can you, blah, blah? Maybe I could. And this was kind of where I anticipate ending the class, 10-second chance. Like I said, I did format could and couldn't here. I started with a listening exercise.
I can eat both of those.
I could.
I can't eat both of those.
I can't.
I could eat both of
Could eat
those.
both of them. Here you want to say, what is can? Yes. Can't. No. Could. Maybe. Maybe.
I couldn't book a room.
I couldn't book a room. Couldn't book a room. Yes or no? Could. No, no, no. But past. I couldn't book a room.
I could see my son win the race yesterday.
I could see my son yesterday.
I could make it to the play last week.
Last week I couldn't make it to the play. And then just a kind of a quick make sentences exercise. We can eat. Tally up the scores. If you want to make it move along a little faster, you can like leave them open so they can't use them again. Or you can, just kind of reset them. We could read. Ooh, more points, you get to play the game. Or you get the point. He couldn't drive. All right, 4. Well, he couldn't 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. All right. I can eat. 8. So I think it's the point. You can sleep. And that's it for ability in this lesson. Went pretty well, pretty successful. A little bit, like I said, I for this class and the curriculum, the usage of could and couldn't was a little bit too ahead, a little bit more advanced than they are at. Their skill level is right now, but it's something you can use if you're using if you're talking about the modal can or can't. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please click like and subscribe. I would also appreciate that if you find this content instructional or helpful to your classes. But otherwise, this is OUTTAKE ESL, and we will talk to you later.